He is the lead correspondent of Unity Network News, and he joins us again now. David, thanks for joining us. How would you summarize where this story stands this evening?
Well, first of all, George, thanks again for having me on and for the warm welcome from your audience again. It's just incredible. And I think the media and the royal family are relying on the fact that the vast majority of people just skim the headlines. They don't look deeply into things. As we are now on the 20th of March, it is unequivocal. Kate Middleton hasn't been confirmed being seen in public since the 25th of December. There is that's the blatant fact. As you rightly pointed out, we've had a flurry of activity over the last 2 weeks, and all of it has been completely debunked and proven to be untrue. You had the Mother's Day photograph that was released that wasn't just touched up. It wasn't just slightly, some filters put on it. It was a complete fabrication. Before that, you'd had the picture of Kate when she was supposedly in the car with her mother, except she was looking exceptionally bloated. And then at the weekend there, Monday, Sun runs with the story that Kate has been seen at a farm shop with William, and the media are running with this like it's normal. And I'm quite happy to go on record and just say that quite clearly the young lady in that picture that is with whoever that gentleman is clearly not Kate Middleton. And like she doesn't look anything like Kate Middleton. And you've got a preposterous situation where the head of the BBC disinformation unit, Mariana Spring, is talking about people pushing conspiracy theories. Well, Kensington Palace have not confirmed that this video was Kate Middleton. I have speculated. I mean, look at that photo. That's been put through an AI software to enhance what that person looks like, and it's clearly not Kate Middleton. My speculation on this issue, and I put this out on the night of it, is that the individual involved, a gentleman called Nelson Silva, has worked with two actors, and they've tried to do this because, remember, when the royals visit somewhere, what normally happens? The BBC, Sky, ITV, they'll go around and they'll speak to the shopkeepers, they'll speak to the staff. Oh, how was it? There has been one person gone on record, and we're now supposed to believe the Sun newspaper. Kelvin Mackenzie, famously, who was the editor at the time of Hillsborough, said this video puts an end to the conspiracy theories. This video puts an end to the speculation, when quite clearly it doesn't do anything of the sort.
Well, it certainly hasn't stopped thee and me from speculating. Let's look more closely at the image of Kate in the video. It might look passably like what Kate Middleton looked like when she was 19 or 21. Yes. It does not look at all like the Kate Middleton we saw on Christmas Day, does it?
No. I mean, she is, I believe, is she 41 or 42? Let me just actually find out exactly what age she is. This is somebody that looks clearly, as you say, in their very early 20s. 42, she's 42, in her very early 20s or even younger. I mean, it's farcical that they're trying to actually pass this off as real. It is it's a gaslighting operation on an incredible level. And as I say, I think people at the BBC, and not that they're reputable journalists, but they know that this isn't Kate Middleton. But I think they'll be working behind the scenes to try and identify who these who these actors are and what's going on. But the fundamental remains. The royals know about this speculation. They know everything that's going on. This could be solved with a 5-minute video. TV crew, a couple of journalists could go up there. They could interview Kate Middleton in her house. We would then be able to do all sorts of check on the video, run it through AI, and that would be it, finished. And they're not capable of doing that, which begs the question, why not? Why can't the royal family do that?
Yeah, I mean, not capable or not willing. Let's speculate then. Why would rapacious, rat pack journalism like The Sun, why would they willingly go along with what you say, and I suspect, is a fake video that isn't Kate and isn't even necessarily William? Why would The Sun go along with that?
Well, it's interesting. Someone's just put in the chat, it's as bad as the IDF propaganda. I think we're now in a post-truth stage, and that The Sun have maybe run the numbers that they'll put this story out and they'll make X amount in advertising revenue. And if it turns out it's not true, well, it's paid for itself. And it very much is that IDF model. Well, we'll just lie. We'll just push it out there and it will stick with enough people. And they've maybe just decided to run with that. But it is an excellent point. Apparently, Rebecca Brooks, I believe, let me just again double check that she is still involved in it, but she signed off on it to get it out. And the story that they're putting out as well was that it was $200K payment that was given to this guy Nelson Silva. It's Rebecca Brooks would
That's
still
a lot of money
CEO.
for a grainy video. The Sun would need to ask for that back if it turned out not to be true, although I'm sure the lad took care of that in the contract. But I've asked you about why the Sun would go along with all this. Let's speculate as to why the state would go along with all this. As you rightly say, never mind a video, never mind the BBC going in for a video. Why don't they publish the actual Mother's Day photograph rather than the one that they falsified? Wouldn't that kill the speculation? At the very least, we'd know just how rejuvenated Kate was now looking.
Because there was no Mother's Day photo taken. It was a mishmash of others that as your team are putting up there. You know, it's a Vogue photo that they've used, and they've implanted that within. So there is no original to release. It's completely manufactured and made up. And we said last time I think there's 3 possibilities of what is going on. Firstly, she's dead, which I think is a bit of a stretch. I don't think that's correct. Secondly, she is in some sort of vegetative or mental state where she's incapable of speaking. Or thirdly, she's downed tools. She has said, I'm not doing any media. I'm not doing anything, which again leaves open to the speculation as to why. And a lot of your audience are asking, and it is accurate, is there a bigger game at play? Because you've had Jeremy Vine today coming out saying, well, maybe we should just shut down Twitter. And you've got all these people saying, well, look at what these conspiracy theories are leading to. So I think there are going to be a lot of elements within the British establishment that will use this as an opportunity to beat people. But look, they are blatantly lying to us, George. This isn't as if they've released a video and again, this would be a bit of a stretch if I was on saying it's a clone or it's someone wearing a mask. That would be a stretch. They are blatantly lying. They've not released a photo or video of her since the 25th of December. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously one hopes mercifully that if those are the only 3 options, that it's the third option, that she's down tools. One doesn't wish her any ill health, least of all wish her death. We must hope then that it's just that she's on strike.
Yes.
You know, like the lady at the ticket office in the local railway station. She ain't going to take it anymore. I suppose the question then would be, what on earth would drive the wife of the heir to the throne to down tools?
Well, and again, this is where all the speculation has come in, and there's been a huge amount of speculation. We were discussing in detail the apparent suicide of Thomas Kingston, the son-in-law of Prince Michael of Kent. He went out with Pippa Middleton. I mean, there's a lot of rumours floating around there, and as I say, it's all speculation. William has been a very naughty boy. He's been involved in affairs. Apparently, he does have a very, very bad temper, and there's all sorts of speculation, and fundamentally, this speculation could all be put a halt to if the royals came out and were honest with people. And then the amount of people are out, well, just leave them alone. No, the royals are paid for by the taxpayers. They are fundamentally, we are not their property. They are our property, and we deserve to know what they are doing. But they are treating us with this level of disdain and contempt. But it's just, I think the fact that you and I are focusing on it, George, and many more are, I've never known anything like this. I've seen a lot of crazy stuff in the years I've been involved in politics, and especially over the last 6 years. I've never seen anything as crazy as this, especially just the one drama to the other, which again adds fuel to the fire, though, that they're doing this on purpose. And are they actively trolling the British public? Are they wanting people to speculate for certain reasons?
Yeah, I mean, that is, of course, another layer of conspiracy theory, which doesn't mean it isn't true. But when I sat down in the chamber for Prime Minister's questions just before little Rishi Sunak came in to the chamber, I heard the cheering. I could scarcely see him above the table. He's so diminutive. But I knew from the cheering that he'd come in. And when I looked on my phone, I saw that royal announcement was trending. By the time the Prime Minister finished, it had disappeared from the trend list. But I was fully expecting a statement today. Mid-morning, I had been told. And when that didn't happen, I thought, well, the PM must be about to make a statement. But that didn't happen either. Who's leaking that there's going to be a royal statement and then there isn't?
I think there's obviously competing factions within the royal family. There's a lot of animosity, whether it's between Kensington Palace, Buckingham Palace, or with the Sussexes over in Montecito. I think there's a lot of bad blood that exists there, and yeah, we don't know about the health of Charles either. And this is another interesting thing, though, is people say it's not important. This is important. It really, really is. You cannot underestimate the amount of soft power the British monarchy still holds. And just remember, what on October the 7th, what did the first thing Charles do? Brought in the chief rabbi and told him that the people of this country stands with Israel. The royal family are a critical piece of the apparatus in the wider Zionist games at play, and massive supporters of the state of Israel, as is Prince William. You saw with his visit to the synagogue. So they are big players in that. And yes, in some ways it has taken minds and eyes off of Gaza, but I think anything that exposes the royals as the liars and the hypocrites that they are, and if they're supporting this genocidal entity in the Middle East, I think that can only help the people of Palestine in their struggle.
Well, Her Majesty never did, of course. Israel was practically the only country in the whole world that she refused to visit. She never visited it. And I think that's because she could still hear the echo of the bomb that destroyed the King David Hotel and so many British servants of the crown with it. I've got to put this to you, David, because my editor insists that I do. And so I quote, on the 28th of January, Kensington Palace issued a statement saying Kate is recovering at home from planned abdominal surgery after 13 days in hospital. And web rumours are just that, rumour at the moment. There's no evidence to suggest William has been unfaithful, and no evidence to suggest Kate is anything other than recovering at home. But we await a statement from Kensington Palace. Your response, please.
Well, they've been lying for months. And the fact that there needs to be the mention of William's extracurricular activities, I think says it all. And as we discussed last time, people think that royals are that they're just like you and me because the press brainwash you. It shows you like Kate visiting Aston. They're like, oh, well, she's just like me, you and me. They aren't. These people spend more money on a lunch than you would spend in an entire year. Okay, or on a trip somewhere, or a pair of earrings than you would see in a lifetime. Royals have affairs. Royals sire illegitimate children. They, for many of centuries, murdered people. You can't to think that they would just all of a sudden stop behaving like that. It's like if you domesticate a Rottweiler, they're not going to start just, forgetting their instinct and forgetting who they are. So I think every statement that's come out of Kensington Palace is a lie. I mean, they've not even saying anything recently. And if it was a 3-week convalescence, if it was 3 weeks, then wait, where is she? We're now on the 20th of March. We are no further forward.
Jeff H. has got a new conspiracy theory. I'll put it to you, David. She's in the Glasgow Rangers trophy room with Lord Lucan and Shergar. Any truth to that one?
Well, it's perhaps been a bit bare recently, the Glasgow Rangers trophy room recently, but I'm sure she would still be noticed, as well as Lord Lucan as well.